During the segment, Flair got carried away with a rant about beating Natalya's uncle Bret Hart, and during his rant, Flair informed Natalya that she should kill her. This non-PG line from Flair was quite rightly edited out, but it wasn't before long that the clip was distributed all over social media.
I can't let you run. A nigga can't let you run. This rock star life got me on another high. It's fucking with my mind. All these drugs on my mind. I got all the vibes. Yeah, I got all the vibes. I can't let you run. A nigga can't let you run. This rock star life got me on another high. It's fucking with my mind. All these drugs on my mind. Getting to the
good. Dark Knight gang in this thing. Gang. Bro, today I'm about to react to a video, WrestleLamia. Shout out to the homie WrestleLamia. This one right here is titled 10 Best Times WWE Wrestlers Went Off Script. Y'all requested it, don't trip, you know I got y'all. So we about to see some WWE wrestlers completely just freestyle it, go off script, and it turned out to be fire. I'm ready to hop into this video. Everybody have a great day. You already know you part of the gang. Dark Knight gang. Bro, yeah. Let's just hop into this video. You already know I'm in the clouds, feeling great. I've been faded 24/7 every single day this month. I've been smoking and eating edibles, and it's been fire. Let's hop into this video. I swear I don't remember anything this whole month really. Everything has been feeling like a dream. It's been kind of lit though. I'm gonna make a whole video on it at the end of this month. Hold on, my fault. At the end of this month, I'm gonna make a video on being faded 24/7 for a month straight and explain to you guys my experiences. But anyway, let's hop into this video. It's about to be fire. Let's go.
Number 10, Paul Heyman goes off script and performs a tempel salute for Daniel Bryan. One of the top rivals for Roman Reigns since turning heel in 2020 was Daniel Bryan. The two had a number of matches, including a title versus career match, which happened to be the last time that Bryan appeared on WWE programming. On the following week's SmackDown, Reigns, Paul Heyman and Jey Uso came down to the ring and Heyman performed a tempel salute for Bryan to represent his departure from WWE. This element of Heyman's promo received a widespread praise from fans, and it was even praised by WWE management backstage. Now, interestingly enough, this part of the segment was entirely unscripted, and Heyman simply improvised it without any prior warning to anyone, even Reigns or Jey Uso. Now, although a talent doing something of this nature is never encouraged by WWE management, Heyman is one of the most gifted promo guys in the history of WWE, so he's allowed to say virtually whatever he likes. Number 9, Alexa Bliss
I will agree with that. Paul Heyman is a master on that mic. The way he bigs up whoever he works for, you know, whoever he hypes up, he makes them sound great. I wish WrestleLamia would have showed what he said for Daniel Bryan.
Decides to bring a coffee cup down to the ring.
Definitely agree.
And my coffee. Have you seen? Oh, thank you.
In 2019, Alexa Bliss debuted A Moment of Bliss. This was an interview segment designed to keep Bliss away from the ring for a brief period where she recovered from a concussion. One of the key parts of the interview segments was that Bliss would have a coffee cup on her table, and she would even bring the coffee cup down to the ringside area with her whenever she accompanied Nikki Cross for a match. Now, according to Bliss, the inclusion of the coffee cup into her character was 100% unscripted, and she simply believed Vince McMahon would like it. She informed TV Insider that, "I knew I was going to be ringside for a particular match and looked disinterested, so I just brought my coffee with me. It became a thing after that because I just stood ringside drinking my coffee. Nobody really has stood ringside drinking coffee, so I thought when I went backstage, Vince would either like it or fire me. They ended up liking it."
Man, I don't care about no coffee cup. That's trash. I don't care.
Ric Flair decides to cut a promo on Randy Orton.
Leading
up to Randy Orton's WWE title showdown with Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam in 2020, Orton would bring back the beloved legend killer persona. He would take out a number of legends such as The Big Show, Christian and Shawn Michaels. Another legend that Orton targeted was his former Evolution stablemate, Ric Flair. Orton and Flair would have a great segment which was filled with continuity and tremendous promo work. However, it was revealed by Orton that Flair was never supposed to talk in the promo exchange and that Flair completely went off script. Speaking to Inside the Ropes, Orton revealed, "Rick knows that, and I know that, and I'll tell you what, he was never supposed to grab the microphone from me that night. He was just supposed to say a few things under his breath that the handheld camera in the ring may or may not pick up. You were supposed to see our facial expressions and then get an idea he was bringing me back in, and eventually we had the hug and I turned on him. But when he grabbed the mic, I was thinking, Come on, Rick, you're not supposed to grab the mic. But then he went on to cut the promo, and it was very touching.
Hey, that's pretty fire, though. So Ric Flair went off script, cut a promo that was fire. Everybody like, oh, his promo is fire. Ric Flair better than all y'all niggas. And everybody was cool with it. I kind of want to see it, though. I'm going to keep it a stack.
Number 7, Cesaro rips up a beach ball. Now, over the past few years, it's been common practice for fans to hijack the show when there's a actual segment that really doesn't interest them. One of the ways they've done this is by playing with a beach ball in the crowd, and when fans did this at SummerSlam in 2017, this didn't sit well with one particular superstar. Cesaro was in the middle of a match when he was teaming with Sheamus against the duo of Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. In the middle of the match, fans began to play with a beach ball. This led to Cesaro storming into the crowd, grabbing the ball and tearing it apart. The moment was completely unplanned, and according to Cesaro, he received praise backstage for doing it, as management obviously don't like fans hijacking their show.
I'm not mad at Cesaro either. I would have did it too, playing with a beach ball during my match. The disrespect. That's like some of y'all clicking off after 30 seconds. The disrespect.
This Hulk Hogan. When The Rock appears on WWE television, he is traditionally allowed free reign to discuss whatever he likes. If he is given a script, he will be given bullet points rather than a full-fledged written script. However, when The Rock appeared on Raw in 2016, he did something that really didn't sit well with Vince McMahon. During his appearance, The Rock would interact with fans dressed as wrestlers at ringside. One of these fans was dressed as the controversial Hulk Hogan. Now, Hogan had been fired from the WWE the year prior after he underwent a racist rant in a leaked video. Now, according to SES Scoops, Vince, as well as other key members of WWE management, threw a huge tantrum backstage as they knew there was nothing they could do about the situation, and they simply had to witness it play out firsthand. Number 5, Xavier Woods.
That's a dope-ass promo from The Rock, though. I'm sure everyone would want to see that. But I mean, I guess management being upset because Hulk Hogan said some racist stuff.
Cites frustrations in an off-script
But we want to see that, though.
The WWE draft is usually a hot topic backstage with the WWE roster. It's been reported in the past that superstars...
Look, I'm not gonna cap. This is a cool video. It's informative, but I thought it was gonna be a little bit more interesting. I'm faded, so
aren't aware of where they're being drafted to, and they find out at the same time as fans watching at home. In 2019's draft, Xavier Woods was frustrated that a number of superstars who appeared on his Up Up Down Down YouTube channel had been moved to Raw. Woods was a SmackDown superstar, which therefore made collaborations a lot more difficult moving forward. Whilst appearing on the KO show, Woods began to shoot on the outcome of the draft during his promo, and he would state, "Honestly, on top of that, with all of this superstar shake-up nonsense, Raw took like 80% of the Up Up Down Down roster, and what am I supposed to do? I'm trying to make a successful YouTube channel. They're taking everybody from me, and honestly, if I don't see Tyler Breeze on SmackDown by the end of the show, I would lose my mind." Now, according to Dave Meltzer, these comments from Woods weren't in the initial script. Woods had decided to go off script to cite his frustrations on live television. It was unclear if Woods was punished for going off script, however he did manage to deliver the rant in a way which was in line with his WWE television persona, which was an extremely smart thing for a multiple tag team champion to do. Number 4, Ric.
So he cut that promo perfectly, but he really was letting them know, y'all fucking up my other endeavors. This
Flair's
YouTube
controversial
endeavor.
line. A SmackDown before 2016's brand split was a tape show. This meant that they could edit out anything they didn't want airing. However, thanks to a rise in social media, as well as everyone in the arena having a camera phone, any instances of mistakes or superstars going off script were usually captured on camera. This was the case during a promo segment between Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair, and Natalya, who were all guests on the Ambrose Asylum. During the segment, Flair got carried away with a rant about beating Natalya's uncle Bret Hart, and during his rant, Flair informed Natalya that she should camera. This was the case during a promo segment between Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair, and Natalya, who were all guests on the Ambrose Asylum. During the segment, Flair got carried away with a rant about beating Natalya's uncle Bret Hart, and during his rant, Flair informed Natalya that she should... This non-PG line from Flair was quite rightly edited out, but it wasn't before long that the clip was distributed all over social media, so the majority of the fans were fully aware of Flair going drastically off script. Number
Ric Flair drip, you took that way too far, bro. The homie tripping, talk about killing yourself.
3, Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar interact with Jerry Lawler.
I'm talking nice. I just said you and Brock Lesnar just made a believer out of me.
On the 6th January 2020 edition of Raw, Brock Lesnar declared that he would enter the Royal Rumble match as WWE Champion. Following his major announcement, Lesnar along with Paul Heyman walked over to the Raw commentary team, and this is when Lesnar put his hand on Lawler's shoulder and Heyman informed Lawler that he was to say nice things about the WWE Champion. Now according to Lawler, this part of the segment wasn't planned and he had zero idea that it was going to happen. He would discuss the unscripted moment on his podcast and revealed,
so all we can see is nothing. We could just see the cameras, and we just assume that they're seeing us and everything. And all of a sudden, I feel this hand on my shoulder, and I'm like, "What the heck?" And it's Brock Lesnar, and he's just kind of brushing aside, and he's walking past me. And then I look over to my right, and there, of course, is Paul Heyman, and he said, "Come on, King, talk nice about me, talk nice." And I mean, that was just totally off the top of his head, and I had no idea they were going to be there. So I saw a picture on Twitter that somebody put up, and you could tell from my facial expression that I had no idea that was about to happen.
Number
Facts.
2,
I saw his facial expression. I couldn't wait till he stopped talking just so I could show y'all. That sounded
he was
horrible.
to say nice things about the
Hold on,
WWE
look.
announcement, and this is when Lesnar put his hand on Lawler's
Look, the homie was shook. He was surprised. He like, huh? But anyway. Yeah. Paul Heyman, now I understand why he's been there for so long. The homie is a master when it comes to cutting these promos and just going off the script but still making it work. You feel me?
Number 2, Dean Ambrose goes off script during his babyface turn in 2019. Dean Ambrose's heel turn in 2018 was a complete disaster. Fans had no desire to see Ambrose as a babyface, and the nature of the storyline that he had with Seth Rollins was rather tasteless, even by WWE standards. To make amends, WWE would turn Ambrose back to a babyface on the road to WrestleMania 35, and to do this, Ambrose would confront Rollins in the ring, and he would inform Rollins to slay the beast. This was a reference to Rollins' upcoming match against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 35. However, this line was completely unscripted. According to Dave Meltzer,
That's a dope-ass
WWE
line.
planned something else entirely, but Ambrose wasn't feeling it, so he simply decided to do his own thing. This was around the time that Ambrose was getting set to leave the WWE, so he felt invincible, and he certainly wasn't going to say something that he didn't feel was a right fit for his character. And number 1, Roman Reigns.
Man, that was dope anyway. You gotta slay the beast. I would have been like, ah!
Tells the fans to shut up. Roman Reigns during his babyface run was often met with a negative response from fans. It was rather common for Reigns to simply ignore the negative response, as he was a top babyface in the WWE, and WWE simply didn't want to draw attention to the negativity. However, there was one occasion in 2016 when Reigns just had enough of the crowd being against him, and he would fire back at the crowd with a completely unscripted line in his promo. This took place during a promo segment Reigns was having with WWE Champion Dean Ambrose. As during the segment, the crowd began to chant, "You can't wrestle" at Reigns. This is when Reigns decided to go off script and state, "For all the dudes chanting that I can't wrestle, calm down, relax, take a sip of your beer, and shut your mouth." To Reigns' credit, the crowd toned it down quite dramatically following his outburst, and Reigns and Ambrose were able to continue the promo without being heckled by the fans in attendance.
Control that crowd. Hey, great video from my boy WrestleMania. Shout out to my boy Roman. I basically gave my reaction throughout to everyone, but let's talk about that last one real quick. Roman Reigns got tired of the crowd, said, "Hey." Excuse me, he didn't burp, but he was like, hey, whoever in the crowd talking, drink your beer, shut up, come down here, catch these hands. They all got quiet like, shout out to the gang, great video. One more reaction after this. It's about to be fire. It's going to be funny too. Yeah, because I'm in the clouds. I'm ready to laugh. See y'all next time.
Got all the vibes. Yeah, I got all the vibes. I can't let you run. A nigga can't let you run. This rock